What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an excellent day today, but everyone in crypto should be having a wonderful day today, whether or not you are a Bitcoin maximalist, an Ethereum maximalist, a shitcoin maximalist. Whatever coin you're in today, you're probably up. Today is an amazing day for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and cryptocurrency. Cardano is over 50 cents. Can you guys believe it? But the question is it getting a little bit too crazy in the markets right now? Are we getting overheated again? Are we due for another big correction before the continuation to the upside? Or is this rally nearing its end? Now, one of the biggest concerns we have right now, specifically for Ethereum, is the fact that we are testing the top of this ascending channel, and not to mention the fact that Monday we do have Ethereum futures set to hit the CME futures group. Now, I know what you're saying. This is good. This is more exposure. However, if you remember what happened the last time we had futures for Bitcoin, that represented the absolute top of the 2017 bubble. So in today's video, what I want to talk about is, should you be worried? And also, when should we actually realistically expect the absolute top for Bitcoin? Because a lot of this market is tied to Bitcoin, and specifically, we need to pay attention to this because it's not going to go up forever, guys. I mean, granted, it is going to go up forever, in my opinion, but short term, we could enter another 1.5 to 2 year bear market. So will you be prepared for that? What can you do to maximize your profits even during a bear market? So we're going to talk about all that today, what to expect, when it could happen. Could we have some trouble for Ethereum come this Monday? And I also want to talk about more altcoins that I'm looking at potentially, and why DeFi is still set to continue on its explosive rally. So if all that sounds good to you today, you know what to do. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We make these videos every single day. Get subscribed, hit the bell notification if you want to make sure to get these videos right away. And let's dive in and have a look. Now, Bitcoin finally broke above the level that I've been looking at for so long, and we had a beautiful retouch right back here, which was the $35,806 level. We are also well above the 21 exponential on the daily, so everything is looking peachy keen for Bitcoin, right? Well, we do have some critical resistance coming up right here, 38,060. I told you guys about this. Watch my past week full of videos. I explained to you why this level right here is such a critical level. In fact, when we had the Elon Musk pump, you could see we couldn't get above it. We also tested it another time and another time as well just recently. So we know that often, the more we test something, we usually tend to break out of it. However, at some point, if we do continue to get rejected, you could see Bitcoin come down here and retest some of these lower levels. Now, once again, I am not trying to be a Bitcoin bear. I am just explaining that as Bitcoin does tend to get very far off of its original trajectory, we do have some retests, right? I am still looking at this support right here. I do think it's possible to see Bitcoin come down and retest the low 30,000s. And in my worst case scenario, I do think that we could, I don't even want to say it, fill the CME futures gap and potentially go down very quick wick to 24,000. Now, I'm not a Bitcoin bear, just being realistic here. Everybody gets very euphoric, but we have to take these moves with a grain of salt because we need to talk about what is happening right now before I get into the rest of the charts. And that's the fact that we have nearly 4 billion worth of Bitcoin options that had expired on top derivative exchanges before the expiry of the contracts in the last week of January 2021. The commitment of both retail and institutional traders involved a lot of deleveraging, and this did continue through the expiry. So what essentially does this mean? Well, based on CME Bitcoin futures activity, the deleveraging is set to continue. So since traders are selling and they're doing it at a rapid pace, and we are seeing massive amount of shorts stacking up, I know I want to short squeeze as much as the rest of you. However, we saw what happened in traditional markets, but at some point, the market is going to have that pivotal point. When is that point going to happen? Well, that's what we need to talk about. But currently, right now, we have the number of shorts versus longs outseating them by nearly 2 times the amount, right? So this may signal that even though we did have the MicroStrategy conference, that some people are looking to get into Bitcoin, but potentially looking to short it to then buy at lower levels. So a drop could actually be coming at these levels. We could briefly wick above the $42,000 level before pulling back down again. And on-chain analysis shows that 95% of hodlers are sitting in unrealized profits. There are a lot of people right now, virtually everybody actually, is in profit right now. There's almost the entire market is in profit. There's lots of euphoria. You're hearing for crazy predictions, right? And like I said, I am a Bitcoin bull, but I am realistic, and I do believe in these 30% corrections, 40% corrections, and technically you could argue that we did have that when we hit 42,000, but looking at the rate at which Bitcoin got to that level might have been just a little bit too fast for a lot of the traditional space, right? And we are going to get to the Ethereum chart in just a bit, but talking about Bitcoin, ultimately, and shout out to documenting Bitcoin, if we do actually compare to where we are now to where we were in the previous cycle, we're actually that little red dot right down there, which is pretty crazy to consider that there could potentially be that much left for the blow off top. In fact, Dan Held, he pointed out Bitcoin after the third halving, having a look at where it's looking at, you could see a target price of around $387,000 by May 12th of this year. But let's talk about it realistically. Let's look at previous cycles and let's see exactly where the Bitcoin price could potentially top out. I want to give a major shout out to Rect Capital on Twitter. Go follow him. If you're not following him, check it out. And this Brave New Coin article really helped to break it down. So let me just switch to the images, and this is essentially what he had to say. So, you were talking about the Bitcoin halving one. So the question was, how many days did Bitcoin bottom before, its first ever halving? So you had 378 days. How many days did Bitcoin top out after its first ever halving? 364 days. It took roughly the same amount of time for Bitcoin to bottom prior to halving one as it took for Bitcoin to rally before topping out on its second post-halving market cycle. So that was 364 days. Now, let's talk about number two. So we have to look at this one. How many days did Bitcoin bottom before its second halving? 546 days. How many days did Bitcoin top out after its second halving? 518 days. So it took roughly about the same amount of time for Bitcoin to bottom prior to the halving as it took for Bitcoin to rally before topping out again. So let's have a look at where we are right now. If it takes Bitcoin 511 days after the halving to the peak, that means that Bitcoin is likely to top out in early Q4 2021, specifically in October of this year. So that potentially could be the top of the rally. That could be the peak in Q4. The 4-year cycle suggests that Bitcoin will experience exponential growth in 2021 and peak before the end of the year. After all, every candle, one, has a short upwick demonstrating that price closes lower than the peak. So there is not only that data suggesting it, but as I talked about the cycle repeat graph in yesterday's video, if you just, and of course this is just taking a fractal, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but if we take exactly what has happened previously and we actually overlay it and, can assume that Bitcoin is going to follow a similar trajectory, you could see that currently we're right here in the cycle, and this cycle is actually looking for an absolute top at around $672,914, and that is looking to happen on the 3rd or 4th week of October. So as I've been saying on, if you guys are following me on Twitter, at the CryptoZombie, check me out. I talk a lot over on Twitter as well. Some days I don't upload videos. You don't want to miss out on information, but that could be the time. And yeah, I am going to be looking to take some profits because you don't want to just sit in a coin forever. You want to realize those gains. Now, my strategy is I'm not looking to actually cash out totally. I'll probably cash out maybe 20%, maybe half. It depends on Honestly, it depends on the actual situation. I might do half. I don't know, though. I really do believe in Bitcoin, but I do want to realize some of these profits. So I might take out 20, 30%, something like that. I will hold the rest in Bitcoin, and I hate to actually say this, but I'm probably going to be shorting on the way down. So right now, our strategy is to long the dips. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that's how we've actually been able to make a lot of profit on Bitcoin and Ethereum all this year. If you want to check out how to do this, you can on my Bybit tutorial popping up above. Also, there's $620 in bonuses. And actually, if you guys are looking to trade more altcoins, Femex also has another $600 plus bonus you can check out below in the description. Femex has a lot of different altcoins, but for Bitcoin and Ethereum trading, I tend to stick to Bybit. So if you are interested, you can also check out my Femex tutorial. Maybe it's popping up above. I don't know. It's down below in the description as well. But having a look right here, that would be the time to essentially start shorting. Like right now, you want to buy the dips or long the dips. Whereas you're going to be looking at previous support, and it's now going to be acting as resistance on the way down, and that's when you're going to want to short. And if you guys are interested in learning, you can make money all the way down as Bitcoin goes down the next bear market. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean you have to just pack your bags up and leave the space. And I will be around for that, and I will help you guys and show you guys my strategy, and I'll show you how you continue to make money. We're not at that point yet, in my opinion. We are not at the top. When I believe we've really reached the total top, 100%, I will let you guys know. But that doesn't mean that we couldn't have these 30%, 40% corrections in the meantime. Now, you can see Ethereum has had an insane rally. We finally broke out of this consolidation that we were in for so long. We broke up. We got all the way up to a peak price over $1,750, about $1,768. Now, the thing I do want to point out is that this is just something to consider, not trying to burst the bubble here, but there could be potentially a little bit of a dip for Ethereum. Now, on a technical scale, I have noticed the fact that we have hit the top of this ascending channel. It's kind of like a giant ascending wedge, but I wouldn't really call it that because it's just so long and it's stretched over so much time. For me, it's more of just an ascending channel. And you can see right here, we've had beautiful support on the bottom, resistance at the top. We bounce around the heart line. Support again, support again, support again. Actually, right here, I would even argue that we might have tested the top. And right here, currently, as I'm making this video, we are testing the top again. Now, it's very possible Ethereum could just continue upwards, but keep in mind, you're going to start putting in a bit of a parabolic curve, and parabolic curves are not sustainable. And I do believe we will have a massive parabolic curve of the entire market, but I don't believe we're there yet. Okay, like I said, I don't think we're at the very, very top yet. But you have to consider the fact that, and look, okay, Tyler Winklevoss says, I'm starting to think we need to start thinking about Ether in terms of thousands of dollars, next stop 2K, 3K, 4K, fine. But let me know, and you may totally disagree with me, guys, but do you remember what happened when Backed was launched? Everybody was rooting for Backed, right? Bitcoin futures, what happened? Massive dump on the day that Backed came out. Now we have Ethereum futures coming out February 8th, which is this Monday. So what does this mean for the price of Ethereum? Well, if you remember, when CME Group launched their Bitcoin futures, they launched it on December 17th. And let's actually have a look at what happened on December 17th. My goodness, guys, here we have December 16th candle and December 17th. We saw the peak of the cryptocurrency for the Bitcoin. This is on the BLX chart, $19,742. And after that, we continued on a multi-bear year bear market. Yeah. So, and you can see right here, the strategy, as I said, for that would then you look at these previous levels right here, and when it goes up, you short right here, and then you short, and then you short, and then you short, etc., down to the bottom. And then eventually, hopefully the idea is to accumulate more Bitcoin on the way down, right? Or US dollars, whatever you want to do, so that you're ready for the next rally, which obviously I don't have to tell you guys that, but yeah, I mean, we clearly broke out that, and we did over double the original high. But getting back to why I do not think we're at the top just yet, and I do think we have so much potential growth for DeFi, especially specifically. DeFi, good DeFi, is actually going to revolutionize the space, right? We have the smart contract platforms, which I think are going to do phenomenal this year. Definitely want to be holding some Ethereum, some Polkadot, some Elrond, some Cardano. Okay, have exposure to some type of smart contract platform. I think they're going to do very, very good for the remainder of this year. But DeFi as a whole has now hit $35.35 billion in locked value. I remember when we broke 10 billion and we were like rooting, like, my goodness, this is insane. And now we're up to 35 billion. So I do still think there are lots of opportunities for crypto, in different ecosystems, Ethereum, Polkadot, even Binance Chain has some stuff going on as well. And you're definitely going to be wanting to look for some of these projects. Now, one project that you may have heard about is TOSDIS. It stands for the One-Stop DeFi Interoperable Solution. This is one of those projects and products that actually sparked my interest because one of the biggest barriers to entry is the complicated nature of DeFi. We are working on it. The infrastructure is getting there. The UI is getting there. But I love these products that actually create not only SDKs for developers, but intuitive solutions for the average everyday retail user, right? And you can see scrolling down right here, some of the things that they have to offer. Is my computer frozen right now? Hold on one second, guys. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. My computer was like frozen or something. So we have liquid staking. So basically, I just want to tell you what these guys are offering and why I think Tostis is something to look at. So when staked via the Easy Stake, you receive a one-to-one asset token for the staked asset, which can be traded, transformed, or used as collateral in the world of DeFi or any other ERC20 supported networks. You have staking as a service. So you have any tokenized project will be able to interact with the Tostis master contract to create and deploy a customized staking contract where users can stake specific tokens and earn pool rewards. You also have yield farming as a service, right? This is a little bit different than staking. This is pretty cool as well. They're also looking to have their own TOS DEX. They say the goal is to be able to support advanced order types, right? One of the things that kind of sucks about Uniswap right now that I don't like, outside of the high gas fees, that's Ethereum, is the fact that there's not the ability to do advanced orders. I want to be able to do, stop loss or take profit orders or stuff like that. Whereas now, all you can do is just essentially pretty much just swap, right? So that's something that I'm looking forward to. And they also talk about barter. They're going to aim to introduce a new highly efficient and secure P2P lending model. So this is just one of those solutions to keep your eyes on. Currently, right now, it is pumping. It's up 44%. This was one that we've been looking at for a while. So $230, $10 million market cap for what these guys are looking to do. I don't see why there couldn't be another potential 5x out of this. Do be careful. It is up 44% today. I'm not telling you to run out and buy it. I'm just letting you know that this is something that I'm looking at. Also, something that's been extremely hyped is Options Room. Now, this is being built on Polkadot. Obviously, that sparked my interest. And they're basically doing a Oracle as a service for Polkadot. So what this does is you'll have oracles that requests, and essentially they're going to be solved by governance. And what's interesting is they actually have a 2-token model, right? So they have the Room token and they have the Court token, but this is the cool thing. The governance token, Court, can only be obtained by providing liquidity or staking the utility token Room. So you're absolutely going to need Room on the platform. You will have to stake it. You will have to provide liquidity in order to get the Court token. They're also going to allow users to create and participate in event derivatives that are pegged to real-world outcomes by governance assets, and they also have a rewards protocol and governance participation. Pool creators get rewarded with a percentage of the pool winnings, creating an incentive to promote their pools. And the one thing I want to talk about today is so this thing actually did quite well. Okay, it was at I think it was like 5 cents for the sale, but they had I believe it was 100% unlocked, and as you can see right now, it took a beating. It took a 50% dump directly on the listing. So there were a lot of people getting into Options Room just to make a quick flip, and this price reflects it. But what this is telling me is that a lot of the weak hands, or people that did not necessarily believe in the project, they sold out early. So there could be some good opportunities to get in right now. Now, I don't actually know what the market cap is right here. If I had to do some quick math based off of 5 cents, assuming it was the entire supply, at around $100,000 raise, I think that would put it between 4 and 5 million potentially. I don't know. We'll see when it gets updated. But regardless, after a 50% dump, it could be a good opportunity to get into this crypto. Keep in mind, anything that I'm talking about today is nothing that I'm telling you to instantly run into. Another one that people, I think, have totally slept on is Prometheus. Now, I talked about these guys over a year ago on my channel, and I explained what they were trying to do, how they were trying to create new ways to interact with data, and how we can profit from it, right? Big problem with user data on the internet. This is a little outside of the DeFi space, but what I'm trying to say essentially is that data is like the oil of the internet, but nobody actually owns their data, and most of us can't actually profit from our data. Now, these guys have been working hardcore over the past year and a half since I mentioned them. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you could see one of the biggest ones a lot of people have talked about is their big release for Prosper. This is a short-term non-custodial prediction and hedging platform based on the Binance Smart Chain. And yeah, I mean, some people may have their opinion on Binance, but look, guys, we have a lot of different options, a lot of different platforms. Binance Chain isn't one that I would totally rule out. In fact, Binance Coin itself also just recently hit an all-time high. So, you could see some of the advantages retail retail-oriented, unique prediction insurance system, cross-chain support, etc. One of the other projects that they have is Ignite. This is like a decentralized social network which allows you to share your thoughts, etc., freely via text and media files. Obviously, they're using Arweave, which is another project we talked about, so it can't be blocked by any other form of barrier or firewall. Another product that they have out, so this is their third product. Obviously, these guys are cranking it out, is Stoa. This is a distributed platform that allows users to buy and sell any data in a secure and decentralized way. You just basically need to run a node, and they say that the community's trust in Stoa comes from the fact that it requires no trust at all. Transactions are fully transparent and governed by logic defined in the smart contract. It's fully open source and decentralized. Anyone who has access to the source code at any time can verify how it works. And you can see a little bit over here if you guys are interested for Ignite. This is the beta. I should have showed it earlier, but if you guys want, you can go check this out on their website as well. They're up 16% today, so 15% today. Yeah, this is a little bit of a higher one, $26 million market cap, but you know, it's a project that's been around for a while. They're still building. The team is legit. They're active, so these are the types of things that you want to be looking at. Also, another one that we spoke about, just trying to refresh you guys' mind on all these different projects. Obviously, we talk about a lot of projects on this channel, so you know, please do your own research, do your own due diligence. I'm not here to shill any of these. They're just things that we spoke about that I'm looking at. Oasis Foundation is a project I was really interested in, and Utu is trying to bring that trust back to the internet, right? You have a lot of these sort of like bot, you know, if you go on Amazon, you see a lot of bot comments, right? Like, oh, this product is amazing, and like, you know that they're bots. And then also on top of that, let's be real. Have you ever gone to like Yelp or something like that? How often do you actually see people leaving good reviews? Sometimes it happens, but most of the time people leave bad reviews, right? So there's sort of a skewed perception of like ratings and reviews of things, whereas you go on Amazon and you have all these bot reviews saying that this is the greatest product in the world. You buy it, it falls apart, right? Then on the other hand, you go to look up something about a restaurant and all you see are about the bad experiences, right? I'll tell you this, guys. I used to own a car wash, right? And you know, we had you could drop reviews, whatever. Nobody ever went through the car wash and was like, my car is super, super duper clean. Thank you so much. This is the greatest car wash in history. I'm going to leave a good review. No. You know what they did? When there was dirt or they thought they got a scratch or like one guy, like his antenna got bent, right? Those were the people that left the reviews, right? So essentially that's what Utu is doing, and they have partnered with Oasis Network. Now they're saying that the platform aims to bring privacy and scalability to DeFi by enabling private smart contracts, high scalability, and the ability to tokenize data. By deploying the trust infrastructure on Oasis Network, Utu's trust and credit scoring oracles, keyword guys, can be incorporated into DeFi applications built on Oasis. All of this will be done with data privacy front and center, and yeah, they're looking, I mean, this is just two good projects right here that are cooperating. Utu is probably pumping on this. They're a low cap coin, around $4 million, up 25% today. So, but like I said, a lot of these projects, they are pumping. There is a lot of exuberance happening right now in the market when everything is green. It's kind of when you want to be a little bit cautious, right? When everyone's making money, everything's pumping. Usually, when everyone is doing something, they're usually wrong. I guess you could say that about the market being short in the futures too, as well. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, that being said, there is some negative news. I probably shouldn't have ended on negative news, but the Central Bank of Nigeria has reportedly imposed a ban on cryptocurrency trading activities, according to a circulating memo. The central bank is now reportedly ordering all deposit money banks, non-bank financial institutions, and other financial institutions to immediately close the accounts of persons engaging in cryptocurrency trading to avoid facing sanctions. So that's how it goes, guys. You take 3 steps forward, 1 step back. Sucks for them. They're definitely probably going to miss out on the revolution. And yeah, I mean, like, it's the same thing with India. India's like banning and unbanning Bitcoin every other day. So it is what it is, guys. Be safe out there. We are having a massive rally. I don't think the rally is over. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that we will have the top at Q4 as suggested by Rect Capital? Or do you think it'll be a little bit sooner? For example, around, October. Well, actually, October, November, December. October is actually Q4. It's the beginning of Q4. So anyway, Q4. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What is your price prediction for Bitcoin and Ethereum? Do you think that we are due for a correction? And specifically, how do you think that this futures opening on February 8th is going to affect Ethereum? Do you think that it'll have the same effect that it did on Bitcoin, where we fell all the way down, or do you think that it won't have that effect at all? Let me know down below in the comments. You guys rock. You're the reason that I do this every single day. My name's K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.